Dada, you have said that there is nothing better than doing satsang. But a lot of times while doing seva, we miss out on satsang. Is seva equal to satsang?
You must do seva in the spirit of satsang, as though you are doing satsang. Seva is not the end in itself. Seva is only a means. And seva should be done in the spirit of a satsang. The two should be blended. They asked God, do you prefer that we go and work for you, or would you prefer that we give you the love of our heart? And God answered, work for me with love. Both the things must go together. You must do seva, but in the spirit of satsang, as though you are doing satsang. There are people who do seva and they keep on hearing, actually listening. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Dadash. They keep on hearing, listening, and they keep on doing seva. So the two should be blended together. Yes.
Dearest Dada, how does one remain strong and stable in testing situations?
In
testing situations.
If you believe that what you are doing for the love of God, not with a view to win the praise of the people or any other ulterior motive. If you are doing whatever you are doing for the love of God, you will always be stable. Your stability will not shake. It is only because the ego comes in, the ego wants something, disturbance starts. If your work is non-egoistic, if it is offered completely to the Lord, you will never have any feeling of disturbance. No. Therefore, the Lord says in the Gita, speaking unto his dear devoted disciple Arjuna, the Lord says, Arjuna, whatever you eat. Now eating is something, it's an ordinary thing, but he says whatever you eat, whatever you give in charity, whatever austerity you practice, whatever you do it as an offering unto me. If you do it as an offering unto the Lord, you will never be disturbed. Your mind will always be stable. Yes.
Beloved Dada, how do we explain the importance of living a morally right life to today's youth?
Firstly, a youth who has lived an immoral life, if he has done an immoral act, he will always have a reaction within him. He will himself feel that he has not done the right thing. That feeling will come to him. Because within each one of us there is what we call the buddhi. The buddhi will keep on sending signals to him that you have not done the right thing. And secondly, by becoming a role model, you should live in such a way that those around you, they feel that living a moral life is the right type of life. You have to be a role model. You don't have to speak to them. You don't have to explain to them. But through the daily life that you live, you have to show to them that happiness belongs to those, peace belongs to those who live a moral life. Then thirdly, also through the lives of the great ones who have appeared in India, outside India, their lives bear witness to this great truth, that to live the right life, you must follow moral principles. Yes. Nowadays, youths read novels which are full of sensationalism. They should be encouraged to read the lives of great ones, those that have lived a life of self-control and attained great heights. Yes.
Dearest Dada, to what extent can we control the course of our life? How much is in our hands and how much is God's will and karma?
Everything is in your hands. Everything is in your hands. What you call destiny or fate or kismat is something that you have made for yourself. Each individual makes his own fate, builds his own destiny. As I have repeatedly said, the beginning is in the thought. A thought which is consistently held in the mind within. It may be a cause, it may be a thought of service, it may be a thought of impurity. Sometimes we get impure thoughts. And if you let that impure thought, if an evil thought is consistently held in the mind within, it is sure to lead you to an act of evil, to an act of impurity. If it is a thought of purity, it will take you to an act of purity. So thoughts lead to actions. An action, when it is repeated over and over again, forms a habit. And you know how terrible a habit is, don't you? If you cut off its H, a bit still remains. If you cut off its A, bit still remains. If you cut off its B, it still remains. If you cut off its I, there's no other habit. You always have the habit of T. T still remains. Therefore, and remember, it is the sum total of your habits that forms your character. And it is your character that determines your destiny. So the beginning is in the thought. You must be very careful of the thoughts that you think. If you get an undesirable thought, you must slap yourself or keep a pin with Sadhu Vaswani. When he was a student, he used to keep a pin with himself. And whenever he got an undesirable thought, these thoughts come from nowhere. I don't know from where they come, but they come. The Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, says that temptation comes as a passerby. It comes and knocks on the door of your heart to be let in as a guest. But once you open the door and let it in, it will become as the master. It will not live as a guest. So you have to drive it out. Whenever you get an undesirable thought, get out, get out. There's no place for you. House is full. You cannot stay here. Send it out. Stamp it. Actually do it. Throw it out. So everything is in your hands. Your destiny, You are the builder. No one else. Destiny is not something that is imposed on you from without. No, no, no. You are yourself the builder of your destiny. Only what you do today, what you think today, becomes your destiny tomorrow. What you did yesterday, what you thought yesterday, has become your destiny today. You are yourself binding yourself with fetters. You are yourself tying ropes around yourself. And you are the one who will have to liberate yourself. You are the only one who can liberate yourself. Nobody outside of you can liberate you. The Guru can show the way, but you have to walk the way. You have to move on the way.